Hello again. I'm going to show you my recipe for spaghettata. It's a dish that I came across at a motorway services in Switzerland, and it's as economical as you want it to be because it uses all sorts of leftover ingredients like vegetables and meats. So see what you think of this. Now, as the name implies, spaghettata, you're going to need some pasta, and traditionally it's made with spaghetti. And really you've got to be careful not to waste it, so you can certainly look on the back of the packet and weigh out as much as they recommend. Or you can find yourself a spaghetti measure. So enough to fill that hole is for one person, 2, 3 and 4 people. That way you get just the right amount of spaghetti. I'm actually going to use penne, you could use fusilli, and for 2 people I've discovered that a cereal bowl that's 2/3 full is just about the right amount of this type of pasta. And this is going to need to be cooked. So I've got the pan on, I'm going to go and drop this into a lot of boiling water, no salt, and I'm going to cook it for 12 minutes. Now, I've got a saucepan that's 3/4 full of boiling water, and I'm going to tip my pasta in, be careful, give it a stir, and when it comes back to the boil, I'm going to turn it down and simmer it for 12 minutes. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to chop an onion and get that fried, because everything needs to be cooked and an onion adds an extra bit of flavour. So I'm not going to chop it too finely, just between my fingers so it's safe with the bridge and across there like that. I'm going to fry that. Then I'm going to add some meat. Now if you have a roast chicken and got some chicken left over, you could use that. I haven't, so I've got some bacon. And my local supermarket sells bacon at £2 for a packet, and this is half a packet of bacon. It's enough for 2 people, so that's a pound's worth of meat, which I think is pretty good. So I'm going to cut this into little cubes. If you were going to use chicken, you would need to obviously cut that into little bits as well. But this has a tendency to be a little bit salty, so I'm not going to put salt in this. If you're using chicken, you will need to flavour it. Right, so that's my bacon. I'm going to just rinse my fingers. And then the other thing we need are some vegetables, leftover vegetables. Now I've got carrot and broccoli. I've cut the carrot into cubes. The broccoli I'm simply going to just cut into sort of a couple of centimetre pieces. So that's ready. And then I've got some sweet corn and I've got some tomatoes that were actually a little bit soft. So I've cut those in half and I'm going to use those as well. So now we'll go back over to the cooker, we'll fry the bacon and we'll fry the onion because it's not cooked. If you were using chicken, you wouldn't need to fry that like I've got to do this. So over we go. Now I'm going to start by frying the onion. So I've got the heat on, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there and go in with the onion first. Try not to lose any. And keep stirring that until it starts to go transparent. Now if you want to double the quantities, you can obviously do that, make enough for 4 people. This is just a nice flat bottom frying pan that I often use. It won't be full, but if you were going to do it for 4 people, this pan is about the right size for that. Now the onion has started to soften and go a little bit transparent, so at this stage I'm going to add the bacon. And although it's all 3 slices are connected, as it cooks you can separate those. As you can see, the pieces of bacon are separated and that's cooked. If you were using chicken, you would have simply fried the onion and then add the chicken when the onion is nice and brown. So at this stage, you've either got chicken in there or you've got your bacon, and we start to add our vegetables. So first of all, I'm going to put in the broccoli and the carrots. Then I'm going to put in the corn and the tomatoes. That's 4 of your 5 a day, but straight away. Get that a little bit warm. And then we're going to add a tomatoey pasta sauce. It can be whichever one you prefer. whichever sort you normally buy, it just doesn't matter. And in Switzerland, we were given the choice of all sorts of different meats, prawns, you know, whatever you fancied, and vegetables as well, but this is a good standard to go back to. So I've got my jar of tomato sauce, and I've turned the heat right down because it was spitting a bit, so I'm going to turn it up a bit and get this in there, because that's going to get nice and hot, and that provides you with the liquid for your sauce. There we are. I might rinse that round with some water or something in a minute. So we'll turn it up and get that to start to soften and get everything mixed together. If you wanted to add garlic, you could fry some garlic towards the end of the onion frying time. Be careful though, because it does burn, then it's got a bitter taste. Any vegetables you've got are good for this, absolutely anything at all. I might not put potatoes in though. It's up to you, you choose. So that's going to start to bubble away, and if it's too thick, you've got your liquid that you've rinsed the jar with, and you can put a little bit of liquid in to keep it moving, because it might just start to stick. We'll give that a minute or two to come up to the boil. Now, as you can see, this is bubbling away really nicely. It's very, very hot. The pasta is cooked and I've drained it through a colander, and all I do now is tip my pasta in, and if you've got spaghetti it's just the same. In goes the pasta, give it a stir, and then you are ready to serve it. You don't need to mix it too much. It's quite nice if some of the pasta is still yellow whilst some of it's coated. And then I'm going to serve it in a pasta bowl, and I might put some Parmesan cheese on the top, or whatever you like. So cheese, sprinkle the cheese if you want to, twist of pepper, and you're done. Couldn't be easier, could it? I hope you like this. Bye.